What's going on? Welcome to How to Start Over for the Last Time. I am your host, Coach Nkrumah, your identity and alignment coach. And here on this podcast, we help give you the tools and the knowledge to make your next restart your last start. Tonight, we're going to talk about something I'm really, I know I keep saying it every time, but something I'm very excited about. But I guess I'm excited about everything that I'm teaching, everything that I'm learning. It's funny. I just got off a call with a close friend of mine, and we was having a conversation because he's on my email list, so he wanted to talk to me about one of the emails that I sent out. He's like, "Yo, bro, every time I talk to you, I feel like you're getting deeper and deeper in this, man." I'm like, "Yo, the more I learn about the mind and the body, it just really takes me somewhere. And just the teacher in me always wants to teach whatever knowledge I get. Don't gatekeep anything over here. As soon as I get it, I'm giving it right to you guys. So tonight, we're talking about the day you don't design will design you. And that means exactly what you hear. If you don't design the day is going to design you. And one of the email that I had sent out today that my friend was talking to me about, I was talking about identity and how if you don't change, you can try to change behaviors, but you can't change them if you don't change your identity, because your deep rooted identity is always going to create behaviors and create a life that is consistent with that identity. So we have to do the identity work. So tonight, the day you don't design is going to design who you are. So most people think that they are living their lives. What they're really doing is waking up inside of them. They're waking up inside of life every day. You're not living your life your way, on your rules, on your terms. You're not living life from your core, from your spirit, from your soul, not even from your mind. Life is living you. Every day a routine is living you, and that routine we talked about last week is all coming from reaction mode, because you can create a new routine that comes from your core, but typically that's not what we're doing. Typically, we are fully in reaction mode, and then we create a routine in our life responding to everything else in life. So people think they're living their lives, but time is just passing you by. You're not accomplishing what you want to accomplish. You're not becoming what you want to become. And this is not me throwing shade or judgment or anything at everybody. I want to speak directly to the pain of what many of us have been going through, because I've dealt with it myself. The days are just going by, the weeks are going by, the months are going by, and you have not done any of the things that you wanted to do. And that's because you have not been designing your days. And so every day, your day has been defining you. You wake up and you check your phone, then you check your stress level, what you're worried about, you check on your responsibilities, and before you realize it, the day has already decided who you're going to be. The day already decided, and I don't want to feel redundant, but this is so imperative. The day already decided your mood, the day already decided your emotion, and the day already decided how you going to present. You done got a bad text message or a bad email. Now you in the job acting like a whole nother person because you're not defining your day, and you're not operating this way because you chose to be this way. No, you didn't choose it. It's just the fact that you didn't choose your day. You didn't design your day. And since you didn't design your day, your day is putting its fingerprint on you. This is the uncomfortable truth. If you don't design your day doesn't stay neutral. It defaults. And what it defaults to is the version of you that has the most momentum. And the version of you that has the most momentum is the old you. See, this is the reason why you can start trying to go to the gym and you go for 7 straight days And then if you don't go to eighth day, you don't go back for 2 months. Why? You might think I got momentum. I've been going 7 days. Yeah, but you weren't going for 7 years. So that 7 years trumps 7 days, and you default back to that 7 year you because that had the most momentum. The 7 days you were doing the right thing was just a blip. Now we're going to run that over and we're going to default right back into the version of us that had the most momentum. Right. So that is the version of you that is built by your habits, that's built by your survival, that's built by pressure. That is the old identity. And that's why people say stuff like, man, I don't know where the day went because you ain't designed it. Damn, I meant to do better today because you didn't design your day. You know what? Tomorrow I'm gonna just start fresh. You didn't design your day. Nothing went wrong. Nothing dramatic happened. You just never claimed your day. This was just never all right. This is the day. I talked about this a few weeks ago when I talk about when we say we're going to do it tomorrow or we're going to do something Monday, how that registers in the brain is this is for the future, but we only experience life in the present. So in the present, we will never do the thing that we say we're going to do tomorrow or do Monday or do next week because that registers in the brain as something in the future, but we only live in the present. So in the present, that thing is always in the future to the brain, and that's why you never get around to it. So we have to stop starting on Mondays and tomorrows and start today. Even if you're going to start Monday, don't say it to yourself. Just wait till Monday and say, I'm going to do it today. That is claiming the day. An unclaimed day or unclaimed time always belongs to who you were yesterday. An unclaimed day always belongs to the version of you from yesterday. And yesterday is not just the day before today. Yesterday is all of the days before today. Yesterday is the version of you that was created, that is the sum total of your life's experiences and how you've responded to them. So, creating a new day isn't about being more productive. It's not about being more positive. It's about authorship. It's about deciding who shows up before life starts asking questions. How do I present before life starts asking questions? Who am I before I swing my feet off of the around off the bed and put them on the floor? Who am I going to be today? Or am I going to wait for the email to tell me who I'm going to be today? Am I going to wait for a text message to tell me who I'm going to be today? Am I going to wait for the person who cuts me off in traffic to tell me who I'm going to be today? Am I going to wait to see how my children act to figure out who I'm going to be today? Or am I going to design my day? And designing my day starts with designing me. Designing your day starts with designing you. Who are you today? Those those empty days, not empty, but the days where you haven't defined, they're the most dangerous days. Days where things are a little hectic. We recognize that. You recognize when something seriously bad happened or something seriously bad is impending. And oftentimes when we see the bad thing, we're trying to do something to correct the bad thing. The problem with these days that we don't define, the days that we just think are neutral, is the law in the laws of physics. It says nothing stands still. Either you're moving forward or you're moving backward. When you think you have a neutral day where nothing bad happened, a day that you didn't design, that day de- defined you again as who you used to be and put a new imprint on who you're going to be because each day is continuously telling you who you are. So you took a day off today. What word am I looking for? You unintentionally took a day off because you just didn't define your day, so it's a neutral day. But now the neutral day told you again, all right, this is who you are. You are who you are. And then we wonder why it's so hard for us to become something new and actually get new habits and actually get new behaviors and actually get new results. That's because we have so many of these days we think are just neutral days. We think, I know sometimes somebody might say, how was your day? And I used to say, man, it's a good day, nothing bad happened. That was my thing. Oh man, ain't nothing bad happened, it was a good day. Yeah, but you reinforced your procrastination. This day, you reinforced your self sabotage. You reinforced your imposter syndrome. You reinforced your doubt. You reinforced your worry. This day reinforced everything that was ailing you in the past because you did not define it. And since you didn't, design it, and since you didn't design it, the day is designing you. Everything that happens during this day that you are not in control of is creating who you are. Think about think about this, right? Say it is like a crazy road rage incident, man. Somebody, let's start over. You get an email from work that pissed you off. So now you pissed off because you done looked at your email before you even got out of bed. You come downstairs, the kids done did something that just makes you upset. Then you leave out on your way to work. Your tire flat. I'm make a real scene here for you because I want you to understand what I'm trying to say. Now you got to go put some air in your tire or change the tire, and then you on your way to work, and then somebody cut you off crazy, like almost crash into you. Now y'all arguing back and forth. The person, now this is gonna be a little far fetched, but hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Now, the person block you off, they roll their window down, they talking big stuff, you talking big stuff. They open the car door, you open the car. You already mad because of the email, you already mad because of the kids, you already mad because of the tire. Now you just take it all out on this poor soul, beat them down. Let's You hit them so hard they fall, hit their head, and die. The day done designed you into a murderer. The, you hear me? The day designed you into a murderer. You didn't wake up and design the day. So when that email made you mad, and the kids made you mad, and the tire made you mad, you just a ball full of anger because the day is designing you. And now you didn't hit somebody that fell and hit their head and died, all because the day designed you. What does the day design you to be every day? I want you to think about that. Every Think about this past week. What was the first thing that happened that bothered you in the morning? And how did that design how you showed up all day long? Like, really think about that. Think about it. Damn, on Monday, I was nice. I was cool. I was good at work. Oh man, but Tuesday, come on, what happened? How did you show up? And how did the day decide how you're going to show up? So first we have to stop having this illusion of these neutral days. There's no neutral day. If you don't design the day, that day gonna tell you who you are. Now, you might think this just a normal neutral day until something comes up. And then you see how you respond in that moment. You and it's not even just about responding mean or nasty or arguing or fighting. You might respond to an opportunity with too much doubt, too much worry, because the day done wore you down. You were supposed to go do something that was going to make your future better, but you so messed up from the day. You done convince yourself it's not going to happen, so it ain't even no sense of me even going. That's what these neutral days. That's what these neutral days do. Every day is either you're gonna tell the day what it's going to be, or the day is gonna tell you who you're gonna be. There's no if, ands, or buts about it. No if, ands, or buts about it. Every single day, if you did not decide and then consistently choose who you're going to be, the day is always going to move you off your square. The- What somebody say is always going to be able to bother you. And then the fact that your bother is going to show up in how you work, show up in how you talk, show up in your demeanor because you let somebody get up under your skin. Nah, nah. And think about it, right? Some days you might have somebody that you know get up under your skin, right? And they say something or they do something, and you like, yo, you know what? I'm not even fooling with you today. That's how you choose to stay who you decided to be. So this is not some far-fetched thing that I'm talking about, something that you can't do. We do the right things sometimes without even thinking. It's just in us to do it. Like, I'm not even dealing with your foolishness today, man. Go ahead, get away with me. Go get away from me. That's you choosing who you are and how you show up. But the days when you let that person get up under your skin, the day that told you who you are, it defines you. So we have to get away from these these default days. These these default days, it don't look like chaos, right? It's just repetition without decision. You in the same body, the same environment, with the same reflexes, and you doing the same thing. And guess what? You're doing it well. You are being the old you so well. Years ago, I was I have an uncle who played in the NBA, and we had this basketball league for the kids in the neighborhood. I was a coach. My uncle was a referee. So in between games, we're just shooting, and my uncle, ex NBA player, he's just casually like hitting 15, 23 pointers in a row. And I'm like, damn, you don't miss. He was like, nephew, it's just muscle memory. I done shot this shot so many times. I done shot this shot so many. Who have you been repeatedly? That's the default that you fall into when you don't take control. Who have you been repeatedly? Have you been somebody who's fearful of success? Have you been somebody who doubts themselves? Have you been somebody who worries? Have you been somebody who self-sabotage every time things start going right? Who have you been over and over again? That is your default. In your mind, we have something called the default mode network. Now, the default mode network is when you're not focusing, when you're just sitting and you're just daydreaming and you're just reminiscing the stories that you think about, the stories that you tell yourself, that's just your default mode. You're not trying to consciously think about something. You're not consciously trying to learn something. You're just in la la land, and you just default to whatever's in you, to whatever story you believe about yourself. And you sit there and you're not trying to think, but your mind tells you, man, you reminisce about a time you failed, and your mind tells you, man, we ain't never gonna succeed at nothing. It's that default. Like literally, this is neuroscience. This is not, some mystical stuff. This is neuroscience. Your brain is going to default to whatever the version of you were that has the most momentum at the time. So if we start designing our days, day after day after day after day, and you continuously make sure you're present. I'm not being so stuck in the future, and I'm not being so stuck in the past. I'm being present and creating a great day today. I'm being present and being the best version of me today. And the more you do that, the more you get momentum. And the more momentum you get, the more your default begins to change. So now your default goes from, man, we can never succeed at nothing, to I could do anything. Then, even in your idle time, your subconscious mind is affirming you. Your subconscious mind is speaking life into you. I remember when DJ Khaled first was doing, he didn't believe in us, and Khaled was like hyping. He was hyping everybody up. Imagine if your subconscious was talking to you like Khaled. You smart. Imagine in your idle time, your subconscious mind is like, yo, you all that. Yo, you could do anything. Yo, it ain't nothing that can stop. Imagine. That's what happens when you start to design your days, and you design your weeks, and you design your month, and you design your year. Now, even your subconscious mind believes that you're able to accomplish anything. And once you done switch that default mode network to believing and you can do anything, guess what you're going to do? Anything you set your mind to. Anything you set your mind to. So we got to get out of that default living, that we just letting these days go by. We don't even know what we did, what we accomplished, because we just went through the day fully on autopilot. We just basically what we're doing is drifting through the day. Now the drift, it doesn't feel dangerous. It actually probably feels normal. But the scary thing about the drift is there's no alarm. There's no breakdown. It's just postponement. Uh, I'll do it later. I'll do it tomorrow. And slowly but surely you just drift right back into the old you. Again, this is why you go hard in January at the gym, and then you fall off and you don't see the gym again until November or something. How many times has that happened to us? That's the drift. And we're not choosing it. You're not lazy. It's not that you don't have willpower or discipline. It's that you're just drifting. You didn't consciously decide. So me, the way I consciously decide, I get up early to accomplish the things I need to accomplish. Right. So when I'm going hard in the gym, I got to be there early because I know I ain't going to the gym at 6 o'clock at night. It just ain't gonna happen. I might do that a couple times, but I'm not. Something gonna happen. I'm gonna be tired. I ain't gonna go. When I'm writing, I'm up 4 in the morning writing. When I'm researching and studying, I'm up I'm up early, so I make sure I accomplish what I need to accomplish. And I'm designing and structuring that day around who I want to be in that moment, who I'm going to present myself as throughout the day. Now, some people are different. Some people stay up late. Like it's not about having like my specific time. It's just about you having your specific time to make sure you're not just drifting through the day. Think, how many days have you just drifted through? You just like, you really cannot, like, sometimes you probably can't even remember driving home from work. Like, man, you were driving, your body was in autopilot, your eyes were defocused while you don't even know how you got home. Drifting. You don't fall back into that old life, you drift into it. You don't choose to go into that old life, you drift into it. And this is why it's so important to design the day. This is why it's so important. I think I'm going to create a PDF for designing your day. So we drift, but what gives us the power is the authorship. I want to talk about authorship versus character living. Because many of us, we don't author the day, we live as a character in it. Have you ever seen a script? A script doesn't, like a movie script, it doesn't just have the words on it for you to remember. The script, it sets the scene, it sets the tone, it talks about the lighting, it talks about the camera angle and how the camera is going to move throughout the script. It talks about how they're going to shoot you, if they're going to shoot your full body or they're going to shoot half your body. It's a whole story being told within the story. That's the authorship when you're creating every part of the day. Now, if you are just a character in the day, you just reading the lines and you don't have no control over the mode, over the mood. You don't have no control over the light. Now you're looking unflattering on this TV because the light hitting your bad, hitting your good side, and all we see is your bad side. And the camera angle all wrong, got you looking all messed up because you weren't the author. You're just a character. Every day you're not setting the light on you. You're not setting the mood. You're not setting the angles. All you're doing is just rehearsing the lines. Now watch this. You a bad actor if you just get the lines and you reading it and you're not reading it in the way that it's supposed to be read because you done read the line like it's a comedy, but this is a drama. You don't even know the mood. You moving in ways where you out of the view of the camera. Hope this is making sense. The authorship shapes the story. You shaping the story of your life. Are you shaping the story, or are you somebody saying, "No, I am who I am because." Again, this is no judgment. This is no judgment. I want you to find yourself in what I'm saying, so we can make the proper adjustments to make your life better. So you don't have to keep being who you are because what happened. All right, yeah, you were abused, you were abandoned, you lost your parents, you were in foster care. All these, yes, those things were terrible. And I wish those things had not happened to you. But they don't have to define you. They don't have to define you. You get to choose who you are. You get to define yourself. And the great thing is you get to define yourself every day. Every day you got a new day. But can I please say this? Just because other people are always going to see you one way does not mean that you have to be that way. A lot of people are afraid of being new because they know people know their story. And because people know their story, they don't want to project this new version of them onto the world because they know that somebody going to come out and say, I know they used to such and such. Listen, I'm telling you this. It happened to me all the time. Oh, I remember when I remember, ain't that the boy that used to, I don't care. I don't care. We're moving forward and we're growing. Oh, I saw a TikTok one day. This lady, she was like, people be like, oh no, I know the real her. Like, you knew me when I was 15. That ain't the real me. I didn't even know who I was. People telling you they know the real you, and then you are allowing that idea to be reinforced into your life, and then you're living as that version of you. That's not the real you. That's the identity that was created by your trauma. That's the identity that was created by your environment. That's the identity that was created by your pain. That's the identity that was created by your false beliefs. That was never the real you. That version that they talk about, that bad version of you, or that weak version of you, or that version of you that didn't believe in yourself, that's not the real version of you. God didn't create nobody. God didn't create none of us like those versions of us. So that was never the real version of you. That's who you became, but who you become is not who you are. Deep down, there's a version of you that is untouched by the pain. It's a version of you that is untouched by everything in your past. It's a version of you that is untouched by what hurt you. It's a version of you that has a reset nervous system. It's a version of you that is perfect inside. You just got to tap into it and block out the noise. And every day you got to decide, this is what I'm gonna be today. Oh no, I remember. Yeah, go ahead, keep remembering. Keep remembering. That's all. That's the old me. You gonna keep talking to me about what you remember. We in today. Why are you still thinking about the past? Why are you remembering that? Look at me right now. Why are you? Come on. Don't let these people keep you back. Decide who you're gonna be, and then just be. And then just be. God gave us that example. Moses said, "Who should I tell them sent me?" God said, "I am that I am." Woo! I am. I exist. I am because I decide. Like that's what this means. I am what I decide to be. Ain't no name because no name can contain me. Just tell them I am that I am sent you. Just be. I remember who they used to be, yeah, but I am this now. I am. Come on. Make sure you pick up You Are the Creator by my brother Geo Dixon. That's a great book on that topic. Oh man, where was we at? Where was we at? Presence is the power. Presence is the power. So the drifting, the days we think are neutral, the default, all of that become happens because we're not present. Like we're not consciously aware of who we're being at any given time. So we're being moved by the winds and the waves. And the Bible was in James, it said you're like a man who goes into the mirror and then you walk away and you don't even remember what you look like. That's how we are some days. We leave out the house and we don't even know what we look like. We don't even know who we are. And then we're not paying attention. And so we're just doing and doing and doing and doing, and we're never intentionally being. So the presence is the power. The presence is what allows for you to choose. Excuse me. The presence is what is there when all right, somebody say something that you don't like and it hits you and you be like, you ever see the episode in what's that, Raising Canaan, when Marvin starts going to the therapist, and the therapist tell him about pausing and taking a breath, and then this guy in a wheelchair is cussing him out, and he's getting ready to snap, and then he stopped like, it's real funny, but it's not funny because that's really how we have to take those pauses, but you got to be present. Like when I keep saying we live life on autopilot, we literally be on autopilot. We do not be present in our choices. We're just doing stuff. We're just reacting. We're just responding. Reaction mode again. We're just in reaction mode because we're not present. The way you live in ordinary moments is what's going to determine if you have extraordinary outcomes. So that default, that being present, if you are if you have the right default mode set now, right? And you're intentionally being present at all times. That's what's going to determine how great you're able to become. Because if you are in your ordinary moments, you're not in control of, you're never going to get extraordinary results because you're not in most of your life is just going to be ordinary moments. You're not going to be doing something fantastic all the time. You have to build up to extraordinary. This ain't got nothing to do with nothing. I hate extraordinary because it's like extraordinary does should not equal something great. It should equal something that's super ordinary. But that's a whole nother. That ain't got nothing to do with nothing. But how you behave in those ordinary moments is going to determine if you have extraordinary outcomes, because the more you are present in these ordinary moments, that's what's going to build up to an extraordinary moment. So if you are present and you're making sure in the present you're making the right decisions, you're in control of your being, you're in control of your doing, you're in control of how you show up, you're in control of how you respond. If you are in control of all of your ordinary moments, that's going to build up to an extraordinary moment. But if you are in drift mode and you're just drifting through all of your ordinary moments, you're not prepared for extraordinary moments. The opportunity might even be there, but you're not prepared for it because in your ordinary moments, you didn't take control of them. So you don't even know how to control yourself in an extraordinary moment. I hope this is making sense to you guys. I hope you're understanding. We got to be present. We we got to make sure we design our days. We gotta make sure that we consistently design our days until we reprogram our default mode network. That's that's we got to build that momentum every day. You got to build on top of that with another day, and build on top of that with another day. And understand, right? This is not about perfection. This is not about just having discipline every day or having willpower. That's not what I'm talking about. This is talking about being aware. Most of the time, the reason we don't do things is not because we don't have willpower. It's because we just didn't make that choice in the moment. In that ordinary moment where you can make the choice to do the right thing, you drifted. And you know it's the drift because soon as when you finally realize it, you like, damn, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. Because you want to do it. You want to do it, but you drifted. And as soon as you realize it, but this is the thing, right? If you realized it at the end of the night, that means you didn't realize it in the moment. So it's not even about willpower or discipline. You just have to be aware throughout your day. And when you're aware throughout the day, then you can make the choice. Did you really make the choice to not read the book, or did you just doom scroll and then you just drifted most of the day away and now you're too tired? Were you supposed to go to some kind of event, some kind of networking event, but then after work, you went to a happy hour and you just drifted? The willpower is there, the discipline is there, the awareness is not. So that presence, that remember that presence is the power. Presence is the power. So if this conversation feels familiar to you, it's because you've already been living inside of it. Most people, they don't need another motivational push. They need a new way to relate to their days. And that's why I wrote Killing Yesterday. Not a book to inspire you, but to help you end the version of you that keeps quietly taking over when nothing else is being decided, when you're drifting and when you're in default. And if you want to go deeper um, than just this conversation, right? I'm hosting a live webinar starting over for the last time this Thursday. I don't know what time. Go to coach. The link is in the caption and the description on YouTube. Go to coachandkrumah.com /last dash time. It might be 7, it might be 9. I think it's 7 o'clock. I don't even remember the time. But I'm having the webinar um, this Thursday. If you go to that site, coachandkrumah.com /last dash time. The dash is the little line in the middle. Dash last dash time. The actual time is going to be there. I'm sorry that I don't know that at the present moment. Got a lot going on. That's no excuse. I should definitely know that. So that's going to help you fully understand why you keep starting over, to help you understand what creates these loops so that we can figure out how to break your particular loop. Not just the webinar, but if you're ready to actually start like getting deep into it with all the work, pick up a copy of Killing Yesterday. Now, this is a serious workbook. You see how thick it is. This is not something to just like read through. This is a serious workbook. So if you're ready to take control of your life and make the next restart your last start, make sure you pick up a copy of Killing Yesterday. You can get it on Amazon, or you can go to killingyesterday.com. And hopefully, man, I see most of you guys at the webinar on Thursday. And well, if not, I'll see you at the next podcast. It's Coach and Krumah.